I did want to spend some time on residency leadership retention through wellness and offer an experience that will support your sustainability in the work. Part of some of the feedback that we got in our practitioner council was just this idea of how to sustain ourselves as leaders, to continually engage in residency work, which is what we know as part of equity work as well. And so we're going to take a moment to unpack that before we sign off for the day and kind of engage in the rest of our responsibilities and other things that we may have going on professionally. And so I'm going to begin our conversation by sharing a strategy that I use on a regular basis with other groups that I lead in regards to wellness and sustainability overall. And that is the strategy of reciprocal vulnerability. And I'm going to share the strategy with you. Then I'm going to model it, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to engage in some questions around purpose and sense of purpose as we engage in this work. And so for reciprocal vulnerability, the way that it is defined is reciprocal vulnerability is when any leader, whether it be a residency leader, a residency coordinator, a teacher in the classroom, a mentor, a district person, whenever they are open and honest with the people that they are leading, they give the people that they're leading and serving the opportunity to be open and honest back. And this is a strategy that I use on a consistent basis just to build trust and to really get the conversation going in terms of what the people that I'm serving are really dealing with. And so I offer that to you as a strategy that you can use in your own space with the people that you're leading, but also as a way for us to model kind of leading into our purpose this morning. And so I'm going to ask you a question and give you the opportunity to think about why you are doing the things that you are doing, right? Why are you doing this work in the residency space? Why are you engaged here? Why did you come to this power up? Why do we find ourselves here today focused on sustainability in the residency model? And so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to journal about it. And then I'll give you an opportunity to be in space with our other colleagues here on the call and kind of unpack that a little bit more explicitly. I want to share with you that the reason why I wanted to spend some time on purpose is because, well, it's multiple reasons. Having a strong sense of purpose is directly connected to your well-being and sustainability in this work. But it also ties in with some of the things and some of the challenges we may be facing as we engage and kind of move into this time where we're a little bit unsure as regards to our funding, how our residency programs are going to look in the future. There is some uncertainty there, and that to the extent that we can be clear about our purpose and the why behind we're here, the more we can be strengthened in our purpose and strengthened in our actions and the initiatives and kind of goals that we have regarding our residency work, right? That's going to have to be solid, our purpose in this space. One thing I want to add before I kind of release you to think about this, your sense of purpose and why are you doing the work that you're doing. Oftentimes in the residency space, you might have been assigned a residency coordination or coordinator position. It wasn't something that you asked for, right? It wasn't something that you thought you would be doing when you were embarking on the career that you currently have. I know that's the way it was for me, right? I was asked to coordinate a residency program before I knew anything about it. And I fell in love with the work. And so if you find yourself in a situation where you've been asked to do this and you're kind of still unclear about what it means to you and what connection you have to it, one thing I would ask you to do is think about those first few years of being a classroom teacher. What was it like for you in the classroom? What were some things that really supported you in your development, in your process, in your kind of development of your teacher identity? What were some things that worked for you and what are some things that didn't work for you? And I'm asking you to kind of reflect on that as a way to connect that to your work right now in the residency space. How might things have gone differently for you if you had different supports? What are some things that you would add to that experience that you think about when you first started your own career in teaching and what that was like for you? And so I would ask you to kind of reflect on that if your residency position right now isn't as clear to you as you might have wanted it to be, right? We have our spring equity focused membership available now. There's a QR code for that. That's going to be happening and launching in January. Please look out for more communication in regards to culturally responsive mentorship, and just looking at how can we really focus on that specific aspect of the residency program. And I'll leave those QR codes up there for anyone that needs to scan them again, the equity deep dives, the virtual power-ups, the regional site visits. And then if there's anything that you need further explanation, you want some one-on-one coaching, please access that last QR code and fill out the coaching request form, and that will put you in contact with our hub leads. And from there, we can organize a one-on-one session and really unpack some of the documents that were shared today, or just anything else that you have in relation to your residency program that you need support. And so that concludes our session today. Thank you so much for being here. And again, sharing your expertise and being a part of this wonderful community. And we will see you next time.